These are the most crazy animations for zack films right here. You see? Right here. You know? Yeah, zack films. You know this guy, right? Alright. Well, he makes some tutorials and other things he could explain like this.
Her shovel hit something as she was helping in the garden. And she thought it was a rock at first, but when she pulled it out, it was cold and heavy. She immediately ran over and handed it to her father. He kept a straight face, but he was just as confused. Later that evening, as he was studying it, something began to move. He stepped back, scared, and knocked over the lantern. Oil and flames began to spread.
Oh!
He stumbled back and knocked the dial onto the floor. The flames were gone.
Wait a minute. That was the magic thing?
The lantern stood upright. The dial was back on the anvil. Now, he was a man of God, and this was sorcery. He grabbed a mallet and struck it again and again, but it wouldn't break. So he carried it deep into the woods. Then he dug until the hole was deeper than himself. He threw it in, buried it, whispered a prayer, and left. And the dial sat there, undisturbed, for 150 years. Until one day, a different shovel hit it. Click here to continue the story.
Should we watch this video right here? The 10-second time machine? I guess not. Let's see the comments. Zack has a deeper voice than expected. Yeah, bro. You know, things are good when Zack uses a deeper voice. Yeah, right. Alright, on to the next shot. Let's go.
He was seriously injured in a work accident and
Holy Jesus.
declared dead. Until later, he literally walked out of the morgue. Next, he died of malaria, but woke up inside his coffin. A year later, a car crash killed him, but he came back to life, and after a venomous snake bite, he spent 3 days in the morgue before waking up. Then he fell into a deep toilet pit full of toxic waste, but survived again. The villagers believed he was a ghost and set his home on fire to kill him once and for all. But he woke up in the morgue again, defeating death 6 times. Now his neighbors fear him, and he's forced to live alone, all because he cheated death too many times. He was seriously injured in a work accident.
Wait a minute. Bro, watch it adds to revive. Right, bro has a respawn button in real life, yeah. Bro is the main character in his story. Imagine your neighbors hate you because you're alive. Yeah, right. Your neighbors are murderers. Alright. Bro has a premium subscription of his life. Yeah, true. On to the next shot.
He saw that the horseshoe was missing a nail right before he was supposed to leave. You see, he was carrying gold to make a deal in the next town, and he knew he should fix the horseshoe, but he wanted to get there quickly to finish the deal. So he just left. Hours later, that loose shoe fell off, and the horse was stepping on bare hoof. But he decided to ignore it again, since he was already close to town. But then the horse started limping before it collapsed and broke its leg. Now, with no horse, he had to carry the gold himself. And by the time he got to the town, it was too late. The deal was gone, all because he ignored a small problem that grew until it cost him everything. He saw that...
Guys, don't be so evil. Bro, we'll get and choose life lessons W. Right. I mean, he still had the doubt. The real moral is that ignoring problems will never make things completely awful, but will make every step harder for you. Well, nothing to see here. If only if you didn't skip leg day. On to the next shot again.
Slide the cards into this gap one at a time until no more cards fit. Now count how many cards are in the gap and divide that number by 2. Slide half the stack to one side and the other half to the other so the gap on both sides is exactly the same. Next, press the door up toward the top of the frame and do the same thing for the bottom gap. Mark where the hinges will sit and screw them into place. Now pull the cards out and the cabinet door will be perfectly centered.
Ayo, this set diffuse is teaching us how to perfectly center a cabinet door. Alright, yeah, and you place the hinges on the outside. Nice. Hey, now that you're done, where are the cards? In the door. Wow, what is Grandpa diffuse? Alright. Ha. Wait a minute. She copied. She didn't edit the comment, but how does he get likes? Like what? What if it is an odd number? I want to fit some nails there and bring you nails. No, bring me cards. Right. Alright. On to the next shot again. Sorry for that gibberish. Alright.
If you started digging and just didn't stop, you might think you would eventually reach the other side of Earth. But after just a few feet, the dirt would be really hard to move. Eventually, you would hit thick, compacted rock that a shovel just can't break through. If you pushed past that with a machine and reached a few miles down, it would be hotter than boiling water. At over 20 miles deep, you would hit the mantle, where rock is so hot it flows like lava. And even if you could survive it, the pressure would crush you long before you got close to the Earth's core.
Then why the back ribs are real? Alright, whatever. You might think, no, Zach, we left those stuff back in 2020. You might think, no, Zach, you might think, why couldn't the video get into a hypothetical level, bro? Fun fact, the deepest hole ever dug by humans on Earth is located in Russia's Kola Peninsula. It reaches a depth of 40,230 feet or 12,262 meters. Alright. It's easy. Just give the guy from the indestructible delectable nail products video the shovel. Journey from the center of the earth from algae and the crocodiles have been really quiet since this dropped out. Alright. Still, I tell the next stupid shot I ever seen. I have no words for this. Can you turn a baby into a squid?
If you shoved a baby's head into a box like this, would it grow into the shape of the cube over time? I mean, farmers do this with watermelons, which forces it into a satisfying cube shape. So why wouldn't this work on a baby? Well, a baby's head has soft gaps between bone plates, which lets the skull expand as the brain grows. And technically, their skull would start to deform. But inside a watermelon is soft fruit, which can easily fill the square mold. Bone plates, on the other hand, would cause the skull to be flattened in some spots, while other areas bulge outward. This could create extreme pressure, which the baby probably wouldn't appreciate.
Oh, I mean, farmers do this with a watermelon, which the baby wouldn't appreciate. Why did bro so disappointed? Zack ideas are getting wild day by day. I mean, farmers do that with watermelons, then why not get? The midnight thoughts are getting out of hand. Edit. I'm not a boss, so please stop calling me that. I am Steve, the baby. If you shove a baby's head, who starts a conversation like that? I just sat down. Which the baby would approach it. Yeah, no shit. I think Zack Fields has finally gone insane. Bro, trying to make real life Steve. He's half psychopath. What's that? Psychopath. I don't know. That's right. It goes into the square hole. Oh, baby. Lol. Alright. Still, sorry for the wait. On to the next shot.
Her son was missing, and the police were desperate to find him. And 5 months later, police finally picked him up, almost 2,000 miles away. But when he got home, his mother claimed it wasn't her son. Regardless, the police convinced her to take him anyway, so they could close the case. 3 weeks later, she showed them dental records that proved the boy was a stranger, but they still wouldn't listen. Instead, they said she was a bad mother and threw her in a psych ward. But the boy finally admitted he was a fraud who just wanted a free trip to Hollywood, and the woman's real son was never found. Her son
Yo, bruh! Imagine you just saying the truth, like your son is not like this, and then the police, and then the cops or the guys, if you don't know him, just thought she was a bad mom, so she just sentenced a life prison for several months or oh my god, bro. Alright, check the comments. Damn, bro was all into just go to Hollywood. Yeah, right. Just wanted a free trip to Hollywood. Oh, this is more recent than I expected. Police never returned. Oh yeah. Michael Jackson once said, "The kid is not my son." Alright. You can watch the movie Changeling by Clint Eastwood and Straczynski. The film stars Angelina Jolie as a woman supposedly reunited with a boy she quickly realizes isn't her missing son. When, however, she tries to demonstrate this to the police and city authorities, she is verified as delusional and an unfit mother. Yeah, I thought when I read Clint Eastwood, I thought it was the song Law. I mean, LOL or laugh out loud. Alright. Until the next stupid motherfucker shot.
When he tried pulling the Master Sword off his back, it got stuck, and the cosplayer could not get it out. And this revealed a problem with Zelda's animation. You see, Link can pull the sword out in one smooth motion, but if you slow it down, the sword clips through the sheath slightly. So to fix this, Smash Bros. Animated Link to pull the sheath downward with his other hand, as he pulled out the sword. But even this wasn't quite enough, meaning the animation still cheats a little. When he tried pulling the map,
it got stuck because how the heck do you pull it out? That stupid big shot. I think. Let's read the comments first. Sakurai actually got in touch with the cosplayer in question and had a wholesome conversation with him. It was great. Clips to the shelf slightly as he slices the whole thing open. Zack talking about Legend of Zelda is crazy. So you're telling me Link isn't just incredibly flexible? My childhood is ruined. One of the rare times where you heard about the story before Zack made a video on it. Finally, something I knew before Zack made a video about it. Yeah, actually make a correct sword pull animation in a game because of Yote, where the character correctly pulls out an Odaichi from her bag. This is more likes. Zack actually talking about something normal is insane. Still, last two shirts before this video ends. Wait, the man with a dirty on his arm.
the implant was inserted under his skin before salt water was injected to stretch the skin around it. Then the implant was removed and the plastic ear was placed in. His body grew new blood vessels into the ear, making it a living part of his arm. Next, a tiny microphone was installed inside to pick up sound, but after the site got infected, it was removed. Now he plans to grow an earlobe with his own cells and install a new microphone with Wi-Fi, which would let people listen through his third ear. The implant...
Is that a genius? Is that a genius thing? I mean, he has a point. But bro, you just make a third ear for like a fun or something. Let's check the comments. I know our ears. I think. Holy cow! This is our first ever corner dance, guys. The while unemployed musicians. Bro, have a flex of listening through forearm. Triple ears emoji. Talk into the arm, the face. Don't wanna know. I did. I have never got over 100 likes. I did too. 500 likes. Yeah, you have approximately 600 likes, so I can't listen, bro. Whisper to my arm. Someone said, I'm all ears. Third ear, yeah. Alright. The last shot. Yeah.
If you forgot where you parked, you would hit a button on your car key, and an LED light would shoot out of your car roof, while a mini siren started blasting. If you paid for premium, a drone would launch from your trunk, find you in the parking lot, and escort you back like you're being rescued. And if you still couldn't find it, the hydraulic system in your tires would activate, making the car bounce up and down to be more visible. Flares would also be launched from the roof, letting you and the police locate your vehicle.
Wait, let's see those comments. Why does this car finder look like a gadget straight out of a disablable me movie? Wait a minute. I think I just remember this me movie about a car look like a gadget straight out. Like that. Oh, shits and giggles until every car in the parking lot has it. This will be $10,000. It's art. I think the drone was enough, bro. Alright. Oh, shits and giggles until your guys inside an indoor parking lot. The person with this much money wouldn't need this stage. He simply get his work as lol. Bro, I guess you just use the capital letters. Like, imagine accidentally sitting on your keys in the office and your car starts shooting flares and blasting like a road wider in the parking lot. The first one looks like straight from Minecraft. Wait, what's that?
If you forgot where you parked, you would hit a button on your car key, and an LED light would shoot.
Oh, you mean that beacon? Alright, that's it for today. So please like and subscribe. Also,